Hey guys, John Cortese here, back with another video, and today we're going to cover improving mobility for front squats. Okay, if you're going to clean or you're going to do any sort of squat variation that involves racking the bar on your shoulders, you got to have a sufficient amount of mobility in place in your wrists, in your triceps, as well as your shoulders and your upper back. Okay, so I'm going to get under the bar. I'm going to show you what it usually looks like when somebody goes to front squat, okay, if they've never done this before. Now, you're just going to take the bar out of the rack, and normally someone will place it on their wrist, like this, and they're going to want a front squat holding the bar tight, okay? Now, as you squeeze the bar, you'll feel that tension in your biceps, okay? And it makes it very difficult for you to get your elbows up, all right? And the more you squeeze the bar, the higher off the shoulder it's going to get. Okay, if I'm squeezing the bar as hard as I can right now, the bar's resting on my wrists, okay, not my body, as it should be in a front squat. Okay, so in order to get in a proper position, we have to understand where the bar should be placed, and that should be on the clavicle or right above it, slightly behind the shoulder muscle. Okay, so in order to do that, we got to understand that, again, the bar is resting on our body, not the wrist. So we get under the bar. Notice how my fingertips are now being stretched, okay? If you've never done this before, and you're a little tight, it's going to hurt somewhat, okay? Elbows are up, okay? And that's our rack position, okay? We have our shoulders and our elbows elevated. Big chest, okay? The bar is not being supported by my hands. The fingertips are just on the bar to make sure the bar doesn't go anywhere, okay? Even if you do this right, you should be able to go like this, and the bar should stay where it needs to stay. Okay? Now, if you're having trouble getting into this position with the hands on the bar like this, or it hurts your wrists, we need to stretch a little bit. We need to do some mobility drills. So, how do we do that? There's a couple good stretches for the elbows and the wrist. Very simple stretch for the triceps or for the wrists for front squats. So simply pull your fingertips back with your arms straight and just hold it. Very simple stretch. Okay? But again, most people just are not used to getting those hands back like this and their wrists into extension. Okay? Hyperextension, I should say. Alright? Most people are so forward dominant, flexion all the time, it becomes very tight in here, and the tendons of the wrists and the ligaments never move back this way. Okay? So we need to get those positions stretched out, mobile enough to do these right. Okay? Another one that I like is just taking your triceps on the bar and rolling them around like you're doing a foam roll. It hurts, okay? But it's going to kind of open that up a little bit. It's just like foam rolling your legs, all right? It kind of relaxes the muscle, and when the muscles relax, it can stretch further, and it will also contract harder as well, all right? But you got to be able to relax, okay? Now this is another good stretch too. You can just keep your elbow on the bar and just kind of work your arm down. You'll feel that stretch all the way down here. You can do both arms at the same time. Okay, you can also do a partner stretch where you go underneath the bar like this, and your partner pushes your elbows up. All right? You can also do this by yourself, where you just kind of work that arm back and forth. Okay, and keeping your hands on the bar. All right? You do that a couple times, when you try to re-rack the bar, it should feel a little better now. Okay? It should feel much better. Again, the bar is resting on your shoulders, basically right behind the clavicle, the collarbone. Okay? The bar is being supported by your body. If you were to go like this, the bar is not going to go anywhere. Okay? Now, I understand too, some people just cannot get their wrists back for whatever reason, so it's a couple grips. Let me show you. Alright? If you have straps, which I'm guessing most people do, and if you don't, you can make these out of cloth. You can go buy a pair for a couple dollars. Alright? So, one way to do the front squats, you know, as your wrist, your flexibility improves, without worrying about it so much, okay? But again, this should not be a cop-out. You should work on it and eventually get to the clean grip, okay? For the time being, straps on the bar, and now we're holding on, okay? As you see that, we're kind of pulling the bar up somewhat, keeping the elbows up nice and tall, okay? We're not trying to pull the bar up like this though, all right? But as you get weight on there, you're going to need to kind of pull up against the straps, keep them nice and tight, all right? And the bar should not go anywhere, okay? As long as your hands and your elbows are up, you're good to go. Another grip or hand placement, I'm not really a fan of this one, but we put the bar up on the shoulders, cross your arms, and away you go in your front squat. Okay? Again, I'm not a big fan of this one only because you're neglecting the flexibility of the wrists. And if you're going to do an Olympic lift, like a clean, eventually get into some overhead pressing, jerk, and you know, movements of that nature, you're going to need to get the flexibility of the wrists and the triceps and your shoulders improved. Okay? So again, work on those stretches. Make sure the rack position is achieved with your elbows and your chest upright, nice and tall. And make sure as you sit down in the squat, the elbows stay as tall as you can. If you have very tight triceps and wrists, you'll notice if you sit down, you'll start to go forward like this. Alright? Do your best to keep that position upright the whole time. Okay? This is it, guys. John Cortese, johncortese.com. Get mobile for front squats. See you later.